I really hope you're all doing well and welcome to Season 2 of the Stevenage Road to Glory. And if it is your first time here and you have missed Season 1, go and give it a watch, and if you do enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and join KO United. So this episode, we're mainly going to be going over the transfers that we're going to be looking to make, and also we're going to have a little look into the team as well, because there has been a couple of things that's changed. I have took all your comments on board. There's been some absolutely fantastic comments from you guys. I really appreciate it, especially the ones where you're going really in depth. You're really taking some time to leave us some comments, and like I say, I really appreciate it, so keep that up. Thank you very much. So, we're going to have a little look at the squad first. And you might notice there's been a couple of changes. One of them being Palacios. And he is going to be our number one striker for this season, just for the simple fact that he's 68 rated overall. You cannot ignore that. You cannot ignore that he's a 68 rated. I think he's the best player that we've got in the team now. We've got Gelhardt and Bidder. And you might notice their positions have changed. So it was mentioned by Dan James fan that we should look into changing their positions up. And that's exactly what we've done. So Gelhardt, his main position is now a left winger. He can still play striker and right wing. But Bidder, he's been changed to a right winger as well. So his primary position is no longer a striker. We've also changed Brown up. I think he proved himself in that centre-back position. So he's going to be sticking there. And he's going to be doing good for it. I know that for a fact. Another lad that you might notice, Bjorkander. We did do a pre-season contract with Bjorkander. He did look pretty decent. His potential is okay. It's not anything amazing, but I think he'll be decent for League One, and we can maybe sell him on later on. I mean, there is a couple of centre-backs in the suggestions that you guys have mentioned in regards to transfers, so he will do for now, though. He will do for now. Looking at the second team, well, I've changed things up with this as well. We've went through a 4-2-3-1 formation. Johnny mentioned in the comments that he's been using the 4-2-3-1 formation. I nearly forgot what I was going to say there. He's been using the 4-2-3-1 formation. Edmondson up top, and he's been working wonders for him. So why not give it a go? As you might notice, we've got List in the second team as well. And that is because I've put a couple of lads on the transfer list. So that's why he's sitting there. Cuthbert has also went into the second team because the likes of Bjork and being in the first team. He's just going to be the better player for it. And that's why he's sitting there. But I think this formation should work pretty well for it. We've got a couple of the younger lads that can grow as well into this team. So we've got Hussein and Ionton. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Ionton. We're going to go with that anyway. We've got Harris. I mean, Minoga's there. Wood. The only problem with this team, I think mainly, there's a couple of things. We need a goalkeeper. 100% we need a better goalkeeper because Bastion and Foreman, they're not going to cut it. Not for much longer anyway. So I think that is going to be the main priority. I mean, in the centre of the park, Matty Longstaff has been mentioned quite a bit. I would love to go for him. Just being a Newcastle fan, I think it would be amazing to bring someone like that into the team. He's an absolute beast in this game. I love using him, so why not bring him into the team? If the price is right for him, that is, because I can't imagine someone with that talent being too cheap. But we'll get into that in a second. Like I say, I think a goalkeeper is going to be my main focus for the transfers. And then, I mean, like I say, look at the likes of Cox. He's come into the team, and I think he has got a decent potential on him. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look at Cox. There we go. There he is, showing great potential. So he's only a 60 rated overall at the minute, but if he's got that potential, we'll stick him in the team and we'll get him to grow. I mean, he could even go into the second team if we do bring in the likes of Longstaff or something like that. But we'll go over some of the lads that we've got on the transfer list first. Here we go. So we've got Timlin on there. These are probably going to be pretty obvious for the reasons why I've got them on. I mean, Timlin, he's 35. He's not got a place in the team anymore, has he? We've got Byram on there. Exactly the same reason. He's 33. Nugent, he's only 26, but we can definitely look at better centre-backs than him, so that's why he's on the transfer list. And if we can get any more money, I think it'll be decent, and we'll be able to bring in a couple of new decent players. Kendy's on there, so that's why List was in the second team. I'm just going to look to cash in on him. I mean, his release clause, 780,000. If we can get that for him, I'll be pretty happy with that. We've got Carter in there. I never used him, so why not just sell him? Fernandez, I'm never going to use this kid. I mean, he's 55 rated overall, 18 years old. It's pointless, so we might as well just get some money for him. I've put a couple of the Youth Academy team on as well because these aren't grown at all for her. So we've got Reece Lewis on there, 575,000. You might be thinking he could be a decent player, but apparently he's not going to be. He's not showing great potential. He's not an exciting prospect. None of that. So we might as well cash in on him. Same with Harrison. I mean, come on. You thought that he would be decent. They named him twice, but he's not. He just isn't. So we're selling him as well. There's Ollie Wright on there. I thought he was going to be decent, but he isn't. He's another one that isn't going to reach a high potential. So I thought, why not cash in on him? Why not cash in on him, eh? So as for who we are looking at, might as well sort this list out, eh? Sort this little list out. Come on, get to the top. Goalkeeper-wise, there's been some great suggestions in regards to goalkeepers. Got Bazunu. I mean, for 700,000, if we get him for that, his weekly wage is low as well. 1,500. Not bad at all. He has got a good potential on him. He would come straight into the first team. I mean, he's got a better overall than both goalkeepers straight away. So he is going to be someone that we should look at. I mean, there was this lad. Is it Alsays? Alsays? We'll call him Alsays. But 66 rated overall. 1.3 million. Not too bad. His weekly wage is 1,600 as well. I do like the looks of this kid. I mean, he has got a decent potential as well. Harry Lewis was mentioned. I haven't really seen too much about this kid, to tell you the truth. He doesn't look too bad. I mean, 490,000. We could bring him in potentially as a backup. Why not bring him in as a backup? I mean, if he's got an alright potential on him, you guys suggested him. So I think I'm going to put my faith in you guys and maybe go in for him as well. Plazari though, 70 rated overall. The only thing with him is he's going to cost an absolute fortune. And with transfer budget, it isn't amazing. I mean, we are in the pre-season tournament as well, so if we can bring in a little bit more money, we could look at better players like this, but I think Plazari might be just out of our budget. I mean, his weekly wage alone, 8,000, it is quite a bit. And I would like to bring in at least 2 players. I don't want to, blow your budget on everything, just on one player. It doesn't really make much sense. So Plazari, even though he is a great suggestion, I don't know if we're going to be able to go in for him. I do like the looks of this lad though, Chevalier. Just for that name as well, Chevalier. 620,000. One absolute bargain he would be. I think he's got a decent potential on him as well. £550 as a weekly wage. Come on. Come on. But Van der Voort, he's been mentioned a good few times as well. 2 million though. 2 million. I mean, we could activate his release clause for 2 million. And he would be decent. I mean, 69 rated overall. It would be a good buy. But again, are we wasting all our budget on one player? Is that the smart thing to do? I don't think so. Wagnerman's been mentioned. Wagnerman. Oh, he was an absolute legend in the Leeds United career mode. But that's the only thing that's putting me off going in for this lad is we used him a hell of a lot in the Leeds United career. And I would like to go in for maybe some new players. Not that this isn't an absolutely fantastic suggestion. It is. But it's just for that Leeds United career mode. And look at his price. These players, maybe just out of our budget. As much as I would love to bring him into the team, I'm probably not going to be able to. This lad was mentioned though, Van der Berg. I do like the looks of him, and he plays for Liverpool. But again, these players, the weekly wage is massive. He's between 1.8 and 2.5 million. It is quite a bit. Same with a few other lads. Konsa was mentioned, between 3 and 5 mil. Not going to happen. Lewis Gibson's been mentioned a couple of times. This was mentioned a couple of episodes ago. I did scout him. I do like the looks of him. There was another lad mentioned from Everton, and I cannot remember his name, but for some reason, he doesn't seem to be in the game, so that's why he's not on this list. But there you go. This lad, though, 820,000. Could be a decent centre-back forward, and he can play in that left-back position. I might look to sell Denton on. I mean, this lad could be a hell of a lot better than Denton forward, so he is going to be in consideration. Lewis Gibbons was mentioned, but I'm not going to bring this lad into the team. He's 110,000, but he's only 58 rated overall. I think we're past players like this now. We need to be going in for players with a decent potential. Hickey was mentioned though. Love your name, mate. Back in the day, that's what was when someone put a massive sucker on your neck. It's probably still the case now, but that's what it reminded us of. And you are always going to be ashamed. Some people wore them with pride that have a massive sucker on the neck, and they'll be like, aye, look, if I ever had one, I'd be covering them up. But you can. So he would cost me between 1.5 and 1.8 million. 67 rated overall, though. Could be one for the future. Another one for the future. Kim Jin Ya. What a name. What a name, mate. 1.2 million. not bad. If we have the budget, I am going to go in for one of these lads. I think we do need to look into a decent left back or right back. I mean, not that the wild one isn't doing well, but we need a better replacement than Minoga. I mean, it's not that he didn't do too bad, but he hasn't got the rating on him, and his potential's reasonable, but these lads do look a hell of a lot better. Same with Katabach, but he's, again, going to be too much for her. Liam Gibson was mentioned, another Newcastle lad, but I don't think his potential's too great. I mean, he would only cost with 270,000, but I don't know if that's just a waste of money. I like the look of this kid, and he's only 590,000. So someone like him could come into the team. Decent CDM. I think it would be decent forward to bring into the team. And for his price, I think he's got an alright potential on him as well. He's got a couple of traits on him as well. Long passer and playmaker could be exactly what we need. Because as well, we are going to be looking for a Lakin replacement. I was gutted that he's left, but Longstaff could be the lad for that job. McCory was mentioned. Again, though, just a bit out of our budget. I think I am going to keep these lads in the shortlist because we will be going for them maybe in a season or two. I mean, look at the positions you can play. CDM, centre-back and right-back. That's exactly what we would need. Someone that can play multiple positions. So he will be on the list. Harry Wilson was mentioned. I don't know if this was just mentioned as a joke, but 14 million. There's no chance we're going for players like that at the minute, but it's a one for the future for sure. But Longstaff, 2 million. Would he be worth 2 million? He is to me, 100%. I mean, just for the goals that he's been scoring in real life against the likes of Man United. I think that's his only 2 goals this season, actually, is against Man United. It could be, I think it is. But either way, 2 million, I would potentially go in for this lad. His weekly wage is crazy, though, nearly 10,000 a week. But is he worth it? I would say so. But we'll have to see how much money we've got to play with if we're going to go in for Longstaff. Dozell was mentioned as well. 1.5 million, not too bad for him. 67 rated. I am going to be considering to go in for him. Sosa was mentioned a while ago, but I don't think we need a new striker, and that's probably where I would have played him. I mean, 1.4 million isn't too bad at all, so you've got to consider him. But an Argentinian lad, Velasco, I'm still keeping an eye on the lads that were mentioned in the beginning. £1,700 a week wage. It looks like he could be decent. I love an Argentinian. You know that from the Leeds United career mode, so I'm going to keep an eye on him. Gordon's been mentioned, 620,000. I do like the looks of this lad. He could go into the second team since we're playing that 4-2-3-1 formation. Play that centre attack and mid-roll forward. Taylor, he is getting on and we do need a replacement for him. And this could be the lad for the job. Gomez, again, he's far too much, unfortunately. This lad was mentioned as well. Is it Elias Che? Just for his name alone, I love the sound of this kid. He would cost a little bit more, though. It was said in the comments that he has been banging in goals, so that is what we need. It's what every team needs, so I'm going to consider him, but I don't know if we will be going in for him. Couple others. Verlinden, 690,000. I don't know if we realistically need another right winger because we've got Harris and we've also got Bitter. So this lad, he might not come into the team. I mean, his weekly wage as well, it seems pretty high for his overall as well. Who else we got? So Greenwood was mentioned a couple of times, but again, that's a player that we'll have to look for in the future. Yannick Toure was mentioned as well, but I don't think we need strikers. It was mentioned by Dan James fan in the last episode why you got 8 strikers. We have rectified that now. A couple of them have left and we have changed position of the likes of Bitter and Gelhardt. But still, why have 8 exactly? So I don't know if we would yet necessarily bring this lad into the team. 310,000 though. Looks pretty decent. But will he come into the team? If we've got the money, I might bring someone like that into the team just to go on that left-hand side. We could build him up a little bit and then just sell him on. I think we're coming to the end here. We certainly are. So if you've held on this long through going through this, thanks very much for that. But Brewster was mentioned. His wage alone is crazy, so we won't be going in for him, unfortunately. And then Ferreira. I would have loved to have brought this lad into the team, but he's just well out of our budget. Between 5 and 8 million. I will keep an eye on him though, because I think he would be decent in the centre of the park. So maybe next season, I think he would be an absolutely fantastic championship player for maybe Premier League as well. But there's a look at some of the players that we're going to be going in for. As for the transfer budget, we've currently got 2.8 million and 18k in the wage budget. So Well, I've got a little bit of money. It's a hell of a lot more than we had last season, so we can definitely look to do some business with that. I mean, we could bring in Longstaff and then Chevalier, leave it at that, and then would that be good enough for the season coming? Potentially, but if we could bring in, I think 3 players is going to be the limit that we should bring in, because like I said, I want this to be mainly around a youth academy team. So we're going to go and send the youth scout out again. So he will be looking to bring in some more absolute gems for us. As you can see there, we've got Elliot Carter. Elliot Carter, where's he? His potential isn't great. Not his potential, his overall isn't great at the minute, but 73 to 87. People like this in the youth academy, these are players, maybe it's not him, like Sam Martin. You might go, son. Once he reaches his age of 16, I think I'll sell him on. I think I will sell him on. But when we've got players like this in the youth academy, do we realistically need to be going for other players? Probably not. So we could just spend more money on 2 players and just make it where them players are a hell of a lot better than bringing in really low-rated players. I'm sure that makes sense to you. I'm babbling on a bit here, so we'll just get into the expectations from the board. Finish the season with a profit margin of 18 million. What on earth are these going on about? Jesus, where we're getting 18 million from? 2 seconds, mate. I'm just going to go at the money tree I've got in our back garden. I've been growing it for a little while, giving it a little bit of water, you know. I think we've got about 18 million on there, so there you go, it's sorted. What an absolute mug. I need bother, mate. But FA Cup, round of 32, we didn't really put much of an effort into any of the cups. Let us know if you want us to go for maybe a good run in the FA Cup, something like that, Carabao Cup, and we can go for it. We can put some effort into that. Just let me know. And then finish mid-table. We're going to be going for promotion, 100%. Sign 4 youth academy players assigned to goalkeeper, defender, midfielder and forward. I think that should be easily enough done. Keep a streak of 85% attendance in 5 consecutive home matches. If we're not bursting the stands at the minute, the performance that we put in last season, I don't know what's going on. Come on, the fans should be flocking in to see this team now. We've turned them around. They're a team to watch, do you know what I mean? Come on, 55,000 strong. That is one thing that would be amazing to do in FIFA. FIFA 21, they should definitely look into where you can upgrade your stadium and stuff like that. I would love if you could do stuff like that. You start off a Road to Glory, League 2, and then you can put into building up your stadium and things like that. It is more Football Manager territory, this, but build your stadium up, get more money in from ticket sales and stuff like that. You used to be able to do that in FIFA a good few years ago. You could change ticket sales and things like that. I don't know why they took it out, because I used to love stuff like that. But there you go. Continental success, even. Obviously, nothing at all. There we go. We've already found that out. And financial, that 18 million. What an absolute jerk. Right. So I think we've went on enough. We're going to get through this pre-season tournament. See if we can get a little bit of money. I think it's about 1.3 million that we can get in. So if we get the final, as always, we'll play it. And then we're going to look to bring in a couple of players. Like I say, I think it's just going to be centre mid and probably a goalkeeper. So I've babbled on enough. Let's properly get into this video and see what we can do in this pre-season tournament. So we didn't make it through the pre-season tournament. I'm not too surprised about it, to tell you the truth. I thought they would have played a little bit better, but obviously not. Well, I've got about 3 million to spend now, and we're all getting some transfer offers coming in. So Kennedy's release clause was paid. So we're going to be getting a little bit of money off that. I would imagine around 500,000, which is decent. I'm quite happy for Kennedy to leave. Timlin, they've come in for him, 145,000. We're accepting that. Now, we have got an offer in for Foreman. He is 30-year-old and it's for 210,000. I am thinking of selling this lad on because we're all going to look to bring in new goalkeepers. So, a little bit extra money, I think it'll be decent. We have also sold Harrison. He's went. It was only a couple of 100,000, but all the money that we can get, I think it'll be decent. So, unfortunately, Foreman, it has been emotional. He did save we in some games, but you're not the one for the future, unfortunately. Like I say, it's been emotional. I hope you enjoy your time at, I don't know where it is, where is it? Sarpsborg, there you go. I hope you're going to have a good time there, mate. But I am accepting that offer. This is going to be our first signing, well, I'm hoping, of Season 2. It's going to be Chevalier. I think we definitely need to look at decent goalkeepers, and he is going to be the one for the job, I think. I am also going to look at another backup goalkeeper, and hopefully we can get one for fairly cheap. I don't know whether either going for Bazunu or someone else, but this is going to be the lad for the job. I think he's going to be the first team goalkeeper. Offer a transfer fee. I'm going to offer what he's worth, 575. I'll give you 5,000 more. Just a little bit more for you, mate. There you go. How are you feeling about that? He's going to say, like, nah, I want 1.6 million. Oh, the only... Yes, come on. Come on, whoever you are, mate. You are playing the game. 1% sell-on clause. Thank you very much. So there you go. Chevalier, he's now come to Stevenage. We're just in the process here of signing Bazunu up as well, because I thought, why the hell not? So we'll have some absolutely unreal goalkeepers for the future. And I thought, his costs were about 550,000, and that's an absolute bargain. We know he's decent, so we've got two absolutely unreal keepers. There you go. We've got two unreal keepers, and we're going to sell Bastion on. I'm going to just get him on that transfer list. But submit the offer. Is he going to accept? He knows where Stevenage is going. He knows he wants to be in that Champions League final. So how are you feeling about that, mate? How are you feeling? 1,100 for the sake of £100? Why not, mate? We'll accept that. So we've got Bazunu into the team as well. I think this has been an absolutely fantastic bit of business. I just had to do it. I just had to do it. Matty Longstaff, he's come to Stevenage. His costs were 1.8 million, which I don't think is too bad for him. He's got absolutely heaps of potential. I think he's going to be an absolute beast for us. We'll have burst the budget for him. He's our biggest transfer yet, but I know for a fact he's going to be worth it. And I think he'll be an absolutely fantastic replacement for Lakin. I mean, he only wanted 6,000 a week. He has signed a 5-year contract as well. So I'm so glad to say that Matty Longstaff is now part of Stevenage United. Come on! So we've got the first game of the episode, and it's at home to our old rivals from last season. It's a game against Colchester, and I think this is going to be a totally different story from last season. We're going to absolutely destroy them. That's what we're going to do, because let's have a little look at the team that we now have. So we've got Palacios. He's now a 70 overall. Yes, a 70 overall. Absolutely class. Up top forward, we've got Gelhardt and Bitter on the left and right-hand side. We've got Cox, Digby, and we'll main man Longstaff in the centre of the park. We've got Van Kooten, Brown, Bjorkander, and the wild one at the back. And then we've got Chevalier in goal. And if you ask me, I think our team is looking pretty good. And I reckon we could go on for promotion. I'm going to put it out there. We're going to be going for the title. We're not going for automatic promotion. We're not going through the playoffs. We're going for the title. That is what we're going for. So let's see what these lads can do for us. I'm especially looking forward to seeing what Longstaff can do for us. But let's get into this game. All right, Matty. Nice ball through to Bitter. He's got past him. Bitter. How are son? Cut it back. Bitter. Is he going to be the first one? We're 1-0 up within 3 minutes. Bitter is the first goal scorer this season. Come on, son. This is exactly what we need. Bitter. To Matty Longstaff, one new signing. Oh, what a shot. Would have been amazing if he could have got a goal on his debut, like. Oh, we're going to see it again. Nice little ball from Bitter there, though. Trying to dink it over the top of him, but it was a good save. Van Kooten. On that ball forward. Digby. Matty. What a ball from Matty. He's sent in Bitter here. Bitter, who's going to be looking for his second. Straight at the keeper. Harriet. Brown. Valencia, he's dangerous. Played it back out though, and it's back to Valencia. Come on. What a save from Chevalier. Come on, mate. That's exactly why we bought you. Senor. Senoro. It's just went absolutely flying. What's he doing? What is he doing, man? Hey, God, get up, son. You've embarrassed yourself there. God, man. Pell, though. He's looking dangerous from them. Cowley, great ball through. Brown with a block. Well done, son. He is so good as a centre-back. I can't even get my words out. Ball's in. Brown. Played it back out. No, come on. Blocked. Senor. Brown can't get the tackle in. They've equalised. They've equalised. I don't believe that. Senor. He has scored. Brown, if he had got that tackle in, would have been sorted. I was just praising him. Chevalier, that wasn't great, like, was it, mate? Not good at all. I suppose he needs... What's this? The ball's going... Oh, he doesn't want to touch it, does he? What's he doing? Oh, if they score, yeah, this is a nightmare. Off the post. Jesus, man. Look at this. Decent shot. Come on, Van Kooten and Matty working well together there. Better. Matty Longstaff. Come on, son. On your debut. Plays it across instead. Oh, my God, Bitter. Bitter, man. How's he... What's going on there, man? Just toe punted it and sent it wide. I think that face says it all after that game. I'm gutted that it was a 1-1. Bitter, he did have the opportunity to win the game for it, but he did bottle it. I know it's the first game of the season. It always seems to be a hard game, the first game of the season. Whenever you're back, you've got to get the morale up and everything like that. But I do think this season is going to be a little bit harder than what I was expecting. I am going to be wrapping things up for this episode though, but we do have 951,000 to spend, and we do also have a couple of lads still left on the transfer list. So if we can get money for all these lads, I think we could push for, say, 1.5 mil. I reckon about 1.5 mil to spend. So a couple of lads that I would potentially go in for. Hickey, I think, would be pretty decent for either a left back or a right back. There's Che, but he would cost 1.8 and it would take all our money. Should we go in for just one more massive player, or just go in for a couple of lower rated players that can fill up the second team and then get them up there for the future? I mean, Som does look decent, 620,000. There's a couple of other lads, Kim Jin-Ya, I think would be decent to bring into the team. Also Gibson, good centre-back. I think he would be a one for the future. I mean, he only costs 820,000 as well. Who else is there? Gordon. I think he would be an ideal replacement for Taylor. He also only costs 620,000, so not bad for him either. Who else is there? Is there anyone else that realistically stands out? Velasco. He's an Argentinian, so you know for a fact I'm going to enjoy bringing him into the team. I mean, 1.1 mil. I think he would be decent. I mean, but Gelhardt, would he replace Gelhardt? I don't know. He could go into the second team and replace List, and List could, I don't know, come into the first team. That could always be an option. But as for the rest of them, I think that's it, really. Velasco, maybe's. Who else was there? Gordon. Gibson. And then maybe's a left back in regards to Hickey, Kim, Jin-Ya, and then Som. I think that's the standout people for me. So let us know in the comments who we should go in for, and we'll look to bring them into the team. But if you have enjoyed this episode, drop a little like on the video. And if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button and join the team. But as always, I'll see you in the next one.